Today, our Philadelphia Eagles play on the biggest stage in football, the Super Bowl. Welcome to Super Bowl 60 here in Atlanta, Georgia. The Philadelphia Eagles and the Indianapolis Colts will battle it out to determine who the world champion will be. This Eagles team has had an incredible journey. We've been so close so many times, such as Season 3 in the divisional round. For all the marbles! Hurts goes deep for Smith. It's caught, but out of bounds. That would be the final pass that quarterback Jalen Hurts would ever throw as a member of the Philadelphia Eagles. After 4 very up and down seasons, the Eagles decided to let Jalen Hurts walk. A very risky decision because Hurts had been a good quarterback up to that point. However, the Eagles did not feel that he was the player who would lead them to a Super Bowl. Hurts was willing to take on a team-friendly contract to stay with the team, and the Eagles did not have his replacement on the roster, but they still let him walk. He ended up signing with the Carolina Panthers, and the Eagles traded for the player who they thought would be his replacement, Xander Vanderwall from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Vanderwall had been a top 10 pick a couple years prior, and he was pretty good early on with the Steelers, winning a playoff game with them as a rookie, but the Steelers had drafted his replacement in the first round, and he needed a new change of scenery. The Eagles made the deal to get Vanderwall, and early on, he seemed like a perfect fit here. So now it's a 1st and goal from the 1. Vanderwall scrambling like a madman, looking to run it in, and he slides successfully for a touchdown. Despite there being some bumps in the road at times, Season 4 was a very successful year in this series, largely because of the play from Xander Vanderwall. He really improved throughout the season, continuing to gain chemistry with our 2-star receivers, Devontae Smith and Tykeem Keon. In the playoffs, Vanderwall was very solid. He helped us win 2 playoff games in the wild card round against the Bears and in the divisional round against our arch rival, the Dallas Cowboys, who had won the Super Bowl the year prior. We were unable to advance to the Super Bowl, losing to the eventual champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFC Championship, and despite a really good season from Xander Vanderwall, we made a huge move in the offseason that would change everything. This is a big move, a really big move. Maybe the biggest trade of the entire series so far. We are getting Malachi Madison from the Colts. Despite the fact that Xander Vanderwall had looked like a franchise quarterback for us, we gave up on him after just 1 season. We believed that Colts quarterback Malachi Madison would be a huge upgrade for us at the position. Madison was the number 1 overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft by the Indianapolis Colts, and things just didn't really work out there. Despite being labeled as a can't-miss quarterback prospect, Madison never developed in Indianapolis, and they were willing to move on from him after just 3 seasons. We thought giving Madison a true number 1 wide receiver in Devontae Smith and pairing him up with his former college teammate Tykeem Keon would really help his development in more of a vertical-styled passing attack. I was very quick to learn that we were 100% right about that. Forward play, they're not going to kneel the clock out. They are going to take a shot deep. Madison scrambles to the left side, hoping somebody gets open. Heaves up a prayer downfield for Tykeem Keon. He got it in the end zone, and the Eagles are going to walk it off. Tykeem Keon with the game-winning touchdown. All Malachi Madison really needed was a change of scenery and a team who was willing to play to his strengths. We modeled the offense around Malachi Madison's skill set, and it could not have paid off anymore. His connection with Tykeem Keon was unparalleled. Madison and Keon had played together at the University of Texas, where they were a dominant duo, leading to the both of them being first-round picks in the 2022 NFL Draft. But here in the NFL, these two made history. Tykeem Keon broke the single-season record for the most receptions, yards, and touchdowns by any receiver ever. Along with having the greatest season by a wide receiver ever, it wasn't just Tykeem Keon who was elite. Malachi Madison had the best season of any quarterback in the NFL, leading to him winning the MVP award. It wasn't just the two of them, though. The rest of the offense was dominant. The defense was dominant, with playmakers in the front 7 and the back end. The special teams was also elite, led by the best kicker in the NFL, Zebediah Phoenix. With this field goal in Week 18 by Zebediah Phoenix, the Philadelphia Eagles had made history, becoming the first team in the NFL to clinch a 17-0 record. We did it in a very unorthodox way. We did not dominate teams week in and week out. We trailed in many games throughout the season, but we had so many big-time comebacks down the stretch to lead us to an undefeated record. That brings us here to the playoffs. Most of these guys were still upset about last year's NFC Championship loss, but Malachi Madison had never played in an NFL playoff game, and his inexperience showed early. So that'll make it a 1st and goal. Handoff to Kareem Hunt, and he powers his way, rolling into the end zone for a touchdown. Seconds of quarter number 1, 2nd and goal. Brady connects with a wide-open Mike Evans, the rookie out of the University of Maryland, hurt on the play. Following play, it's Kareem Hunt, who is untouched into the end zone for a touchdown, and the Bucs continue their blowout. After trailing 21-0, we needed a comeback for the ages. Say F it. What do we have to lose at this point? Why not just go for it? Handoff to Tazewell Hubbard. He gets the 1st and more. Hubbard breaks a tackle from Winfield and to it. Down the field. Hubbard, it's a 55-yard touchdown. That 4th down touchdown by Tazewell Hubbard changed everything. Our team needed a spark lit under us, and that play did exactly that. On the following possession, Malachi Madison would dive into the end zone to make it a 1-score game, and it officially felt like we were back in it. From there, the defense started to make plays. 48-year-old quarterback Tom Brady was intercepted late in the first half by C.J. Thomas. It was an 8-point game going into halftime, and after allowing a touchdown to start the 3rd, we were back down by 15. The offense needed to make another play, and that they did. Madison connected on this 58-yard deep ball to Tykeem Keon to bring it back to a 1-score game. On the following possession, we had a 4th and 1. Madison would go short for the rookie Machado Yamaguchi, who would score a touchdown. We would end up tying it on a 2-point conversion. Later in the 4th quarter, Devontae Smith would score and put the Eagles ahead for the first time today. The defense allowed the Buccaneers to score and go back up by 1. With just over a minute to go, it was Tykeem Keon who gave us the lead, and then it was up to the defense to get a stop. The season is on the line for both teams. Touchdown wins it. If the Bucs get stopped, the Eagles win. Brady looks to throw it. He goes short for Judah, who is stopped shy of the end zone by Mekhi Diggins as the clock hits 0. The Eagles had pulled off one of the most historic comebacks in the history of the NFL playoffs. Despite trailing 21-0, we would advance to the NFC Championship. The only team now standing in our way, the 15-2 Carolina Panthers, led by our old quarterback, Jalen Hurts. Hurts had played very well in his first 2 seasons in Carolina, with passer ratings over 100 both seasons. This game was quickly turning into a defensive battle. Our offense had some good drives, but they could not find the end zone, and we relied on our kicker, Zebediah Phoenix, to make plays, and that he did. Phoenix started the game with 2 of the longest kicks in postseason history from 62 and 57 yards, respectively. In the second half, he was very busy as well. Phoenix attempted 5 field goals today, making all 5 of them. Late in the game, we found ourselves ahead, taking our first lead in the 4th quarter and a 5-point lead with under 4 minutes to go. From there, it was again up to the defense. 4th and goal. This could be for the ball game. McCaffrey lines out as a receiver. 5-wide set. Hurts looks to throw it. His pass is intercepted. C.J. Thomas picks it off.
And he's going to take this one away from the field. A 98-yard pick six. And C.J. Thomas showboating in the end zone, fly like an eagle.
He will punch Philadelphia's tickets to Super Bowl 60. So that brings us to where we are now. Super Bowl 60 between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Indianapolis Colts as both teams compete for a world championship. These NFL playoffs have been so exciting, not just for our Eagles, but around the league. So many fun and exciting storylines. And now we have the 2 most unlikely opponents facing off against each other, the undefeated Eagles and the 7th-seeded Indianapolis Colts. At first value, this looks like David and Goliath. I mean, the Eagles have an opportunity to do something that hasn't been done since the 1972 Miami Dolphins go undefeated through the regular season and postseason. Again, we've had so many wins come in unorthodox ways. We don't blow many teams out. We had to come from behind in both playoff games. We were down in the 4th quarter in both of those games. But despite that, we always find ways to win, and these guys have earned this opportunity. Every single one of these young men have fought so hard throughout the entire season to get here to the Super Bowl. Despite being down so often throughout the season, I think it's fair to say that this is the best team in football. I mean, we went undefeated for a reason. The passing attack, the run game, the defense, and the special teams were all amongst the top units in the NFL. So now there's only one team standing in our way from history and a world championship. That team is the Indianapolis Colts. And I know I said this is like David and Goliath, but I don't really feel like it's that way because the Colts are really, really good, and they are red hot. The Colts were very mediocre for most of the year. Going into their Week 14 bye week, they were under 500 at 6-7, but since then they have not lost. They went undefeated after the bye week, beating all of their interdivision opponents. They've gone 3-0 in the playoffs, and they find themselves here in the Super Bowl, led by our former quarterback, Xander Vanderwall. These two teams made a blockbuster trade in the offseason, swapping quarterbacks, and now these two quarterbacks who have been linked together since the very start of this series when they were in the same draft class are now facing off against each other in the Super Bowl. This Colts team, as I said, is a really, really talented unit. They've gotten hot at the right time, led by Xander Vanderwall, who has won 6 playoff games in his NFL career for 3 different teams. Say what you want about the guy, but he's a winner. He finds ways to win games. It's a really good defense. They have a really good supporting cast on offense. And this is going to be a very, very challenging task today for our Philadelphia Eagles. Malachi Madison and Xander Vanderwall both must have huge chips on their shoulder. They were given up on by both of these teams, and now they have an opportunity to prove their former squad wrong. Let's get this started. Welcome to Super Bowl 60 in Atlanta, Georgia. A champion will be crowned tonight. Can it be Malachi Madison, the NFL MVP, and the Philadelphia Eagles, or Xander Vanderwall and the 7-seeded underdog Indianapolis Colts? Both of these teams have gotten to the Super Bowl in very different ways, but they've been linked together since their blockbuster trade of Malachi Madison and Xander Vanderwall being swapped with each other in the offseason. So both teams are getting ready for this matchup to play against their old quarterbacks. Isaiah King back deep to return for Indianapolis, who will start with the ball. The All-Pro kicker, Zebediah Phoenix II, will have this one teed off. And in just moments, we will begin Super Bowl 60. Zebediah Phoenix II is ready to kick this one off, and Super Bowl 60 is underway. This one will go into the back of the end zone for a touchback, and the Indianapolis Colts will start this one on offense. It's been a very up-and-down 4-year career for Xander Vanderwall, who's played on 3 different teams. He led the NFL in interceptions this year, but the kid is a winner. He's won 6 playoff games in his NFL career, 6-2 in the postseason, including 3 this year with the Indianapolis Colts. He's looking for 1 more against his old squad as he tries to get revenge on the Eagles for trading him a year ago. Vanderwall on first down goes short for Taylor, who gets around 9. And already on the first play of the game, we have our first flag. It's a roughing the passer called against Aaron Donald, so that'll move the Colts up an additional 15 yards. Donald has not played yet in the postseason. His shoulder has been messed up, but he was cleared to go today, and he does not get off to a great start. First down now for the Colts. Jonathan Taylor loses 2. He's wrapped up by Isaiah Simmons, the big middle linebacker, who's been a huge addition to this defense over the past 2 seasons. 2nd and 12, Vanderwall in shotgun, looking to throw it, and he is sacked on the play by Aaron Donald. Donald's shoulder issues throughout the season have really limited what he's been able to do, but here in the Super Bowl, he gets an early sack as he looks for his first ever Super Bowl ring. 3rd and 19 now for the Colts. Vanderwall looks to throw it. He has a wide open man. It's the tight end, Jonnu Smith, who is hit hard by Thomas, but not before getting it to the 27. A huge first down conversion for Jonnu Smith, and the Colts get a massive conversion. So now the Colts have it at the 27. Vanderwall on first down looks to go short, and it's dropped by the other tight end, Kylen Granson. Fun fact of the day, Kylen Granson's second cousin is Eagles cornerback C.J. Thomas. Little family affair here going on. 2nd and 10, handoff for Jonathan Taylor, and he gets around 2. The Eagles' run defense has been great throughout the entire season, but they have struggled so far in the playoffs. We'll see how they're able to do today. 3rd and 7. Vanderwall takes his time. He's going to look deep for the end zone for Pittman. It's tipped again, and incomplete. C.J. Thomas deflected the pass. It was nearly intercepted by Mekhi Diggins. So that'll bring out the field goal team. A 42-yard attempt from Matthew Wright. His kick is good, and the Indianapolis Colts start this game off with a field goal. So a pretty good opening drive for Indy. They tack on 3 points. And here comes the Eagles offense led by Malachi Madison, the number 1 overall pick in the 2022 draft by the Indianapolis Colts. He spent 3 years in Indy and was then traded to the Eagles. And since that trade, he's never lost. And he's looking to get another win here and become a Super Bowl champion. On 1st down, Madison goes short for Tykeem Keon, wrapped up on the play by linebacker Tracy Beckham, the former Philadelphia Eagle. Expect Tykeem Keon to be busy today here in the big game, Madison's favorite target. Here is Tazwell Hubbard, the young running back. He gets around 2, again hit by Tracy Beckham. Tazwell Hubbard's been very good here throughout the postseason, looking for another strong performance today. 2nd and 8, risky throw up the middle is hauled in by Devontae Smith, who gets around 11. I know all the love is deservedly gone to Tykeem Keon, but Devontae Smith is a total stud as well. Smith was 2nd in the NFL in receiving yards this season, behind only Tykeem Keon. Tazwell Hubbard gets around 6. That'll make it a 2nd and 4. Madison goes back to Hubbard, looks to get away from the defender. He cannot. That's Julian Love. We do have a flag, however. It's going to be a holding against the offense. The Eagles' 2nd flag in the 1st quarter. It's a holding call on the tight end Delshawn Callaway-Riley. So that will back them up 10 yards, and it's a 2nd and 14. Madison looks to throw it. He's under some pressure, trying to get rid of it, and it is tipped and nearly intercepted. Gotta just throw that ball away. That was a really questionable decision by Malachi Madison. And now it's a 3rd and 14 here for the Eagles, about halfway through the 1st quarter. Madison under even more pressure, and it's again dropped by the defense. So the Colts pass rush comes up clutch, and now they will force a punt, and Indianapolis gets the ball back. Good start here in the 1st quarter for the Colts, looking to keep it going as it's broken up. Nearly intercepted by C.J. Thomas. Both quarterbacks have been inefficient. They've had a few near interceptions on both sides. 2nd and 10, Vanderwall looks to throw it. He's going to go up the middle short for Mike Williams, who gets the 1st down. Williams was acquired a couple years ago at the trade deadline. The Colts got him hoping to give Malachi Madison another weapon. Obviously, that didn't materialize. And Williams has been quite good in the Xander Vanderwall-led offense as that pass is dropped again by Kylan Granson. 2 drops in the 1st quarter for Granson. He's got the yips so far. 2nd and 10, short throw up the middle, hauled in by Levante Shelvin, who had over 1,000 yards this season. We do have a flag, though. Another late hit, and again, it's on Aaron Donald. The Eagles have been really sloppy with the penalties so far. Unfortunately, J.J. Watt got hurt on that play. So it continues to be a pretty rough start here for the Eagles, as on 1st down, Taylor doesn't get much, maybe 2. Isaiah Simmons has been very busy in the run game today. He's been one of the few Eagles defensive players who's looked good so far. 2nd and 8, Vanderwall goes short. This time, Kylan Granson is able to hold on to it, and he brings it to the 41. That'll make it a 3rd and 2, as J.J. Watt has been diagnosed with bruised ribs. He should be able to return pretty soon. Taylor gets the rock, and I think he just barely got it. Good job by Winston Johnson and Aaron Donald to quickly get over there, but Taylor does get the 1st down, which again moves the chains. The Colts are moving it slowly but surely as it goes back to Taylor. Again, not much. 5 carries, 12 yards today for Jonathan Taylor. That was probably his best run at the game, getting around 6 or so. 2nd and 4, Vanderwall looks to throw it. He's under some pressure, has a man open deep, and it's Jonnu Smith who brings it to the 1. A gain of 31 yards for Jonnu Smith, and the Colts are very close to punching it in. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Just under 2 to go in the quarter. Vanderwall in shotgun despite being so close to the end zone. It's Jonathan Taylor who waltzes in for a score, and the Colts lead 10-0 as Cleveland Ferrell gets hurt on the play, and unfortunately he will not return, so the Eagles will be without one of their better defensive linemen. They're already without Zaire Savage, the rookie defensive tackle today, and of course on offense they do not have Jason Kelsey available. The former 2nd-round pick Fletcher Luce is starting at center. 1st down on the new drive. What was that? Madison lost 8 as he ran out of bounds and tried to throw it away. The Eagles just look so sloppy so far with the penalties. Madison's making some early mistakes, as on 2nd and 18 he goes short for Devontae Smith, who makes up some of the yardage from that loss of yards, and it's now a 3rd down and 11. The Eagles offense does not want another stop here. Madison looks to throw it, backs up in his own pocket, and it's intercepted! Shaquem Wilson picks it off, and the Colts are going to get it back in the red zone. So far in this first quarter, the moment looks too big for Malachi Madison. I don't know what the deal is, but he does not look like himself right now. So the Colts, who already lead by 10, get the ball in the red zone. Here's Jonathan Taylor, stiff arms away from Thomas and gets 11. The Colts are starting to run the ball a little bit better here. Jonathan Taylor busy in this first quarter. 1st and goal now from the 9. 30 seconds left to go here in quarter number 1. Vanderwell's going to look to throw it. He's under a little bit of pressure and will go short. It's caught by Jonnu Smith, who walks into the end zone. Now Josh Uche is hurt. He also will not return for the rest of this game. Uche had 3 sacks in the NFC Championship game, and now the Eagles have had 3 of their key defensive linemen get injured today. Big run for Tazewell Hubbard. He gets 18 yards. Probably the only good play for the Eagles in this entire first quarter, as so far through 10 minutes, it has been an utter disaster. The Indianapolis Colts are dominating. They lead 17-0. The Eagles have been in this situation before. They know how to come back in these big-time deficits, but this is a little bit different. It's the Super Bowl. The Eagles got to get moving here on this drive from the 40. Short throw up the middle for Tykeem Keon. Of course, now a superstar X Factor as he gets around 8. The Colts have all the momentum right now. They are fully in the zone as on 2nd and 2. Madison goes short for the running back, Tazewell Hubbard, wrapped up at the 43-yard line by the veteran cornerback, Kenny Moore. The Eagles now have it past the 50 finally. Their offense just needs to get something going on this drive as Hubbard fights for around 5. Tazewell Hubbard's been good so far. The Eagles should look to give him the ball more as it's 2nd and 5. Malachi Madison looks to throw it. He's going to scramble to the left side. Going to try to run for it. And he gets 4. Wrapped up out of bounds by Shaquem Wilson, the Colts' leading tackler. Wilson, of course, had the interception on the last drive. 3rd and inches. Tazewell Hubbard gets the rock, and he gets the 1st down. Wrapped up by Wilson, but not before gaining 3. The Eagles' offense is moving very slowly, but surely on this drive. Madison on 1st down goes back to Tykeem Keon. He gets 13, and Philadelphia now is in the red zone. Madison is now 6 for 9 today. Nice. From the 18-yard line, just over 7 to go in the half. This time it's Devontae Smith who gets 5. The Eagles are really focusing on the short passing game. Malachi Madison looks a little bit gun-shy, so he's trying to go short, and on this drive it's working. 2nd and 5, Hubbard gets a few, wrapped up by Darius Shaquille Leonard. We do have a flag. I thought that was going to be a face mask, but instead it's a holding on Tyler Palumbo. The Eagles continue to be sloppy with the penalty flags today. That's their 4th of the game, and it's a 2nd and 15. Madison looks to throw it under pressure. He goes short for the tight end, Machado Yamaguchi, who makes up some of the yardage from the penalty, and it's now a 3rd down and 7 here for the Eagles. From the 15-yard line, Madison looks to throw it. He has an open man. It's Tykeem Keon. Did he get the first? They're going to give it to him. A nice play for Tykeem Keon, his 4th reception of the game, and the Eagles now have it in the red zone, looking to punch it in and finally get on the board. 1st and goal. Madison rolls out to the right, and he connects with Devontae Smith for the touchdown, and the Eagles are on the board. A very efficient drive from quarterback Malachi Madison, who went 7 for 7, 54 yards, and a score over to Devontae Smith, and it's now 17-7. The Eagles had the ball with probably 30 seconds left in the first quarter, and now we're halfway through the second quarter. The Eagles took their time on that possession to get the score, but hold on. This play is under review. So we're going to have to get another look to see if Devontae Smith was in. That's a close call, but did he get 2? I think he did. So they would call it a touchdown. The play stands, and it's now 17-7 as the Colts have it back around halfway through the second quarter. Indianapolis has scored on every offensive possession so far today as Jonathan Taylor gets around 2. Quickly wrapped up by, again, Isaiah Simmons, who continues to be all over the field. 2nd and 8, back to Taylor. He gets 7, wrapped up by Joko and Wosu, and now it's a big 3rd and 1. The Eagles defense would love to force a 3-and-out here late in the first half, as it's Taylor who barely gets the first down. He nearly ran into Quentin Nelson, but he still converts. The Colts continue to really focus on pounding the rock, and Jonathan Taylor continues to have a busy start. From the 38-yard line, under 4 minutes to go in the half, play action fake. Vanderwall is sacked. Isaiah Simmons brings him down as Apelu Tuiasosopo was hurt. If you've been counting at home, that is the 4th Eagles defensive lineman to get injured today. And don't forget, Zaire Savage is already out. It's funny because the 2 players who are known for being injury prone here, Aaron Donald and Jabari Achebe, are like the only 2 guys who haven't gotten hurt in this game. 2nd and 17, Vanderwall heaves up a prayer deep downfield, and it is nearly caught, but incomplete. That was a good throw and a good read by Vanderwall. Taylor looked to be open, but Isaiah Simmons caught up at the end, and Simmons continues to be a monster for this defense. 3rd and 17, Vanderwall looks to throw it. He goes short for Jonathan Taylor, and he gets around 5. A big stop for the Eagles defense. Again, Isaiah Simmons with the play, and it seems like the tides are starting to really turn in favor of the Eagles. First play of the new drive, a solid gain of 7 for Tazewell Hubbard up the middle. 2.5 minutes left to go here in the first half. Got to keep an eye on that clock. Keep in mind the Eagles do start on offense in the second half as Rosemont St. Clair gets his first carry of the game, and that one will go for about 5. Final play before the 2-minute warning if the Eagles get it off in time, which they do. Madison goes short for Michano Yamaguchi. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning here in the first half. 17-7, the Colts have the lead. The Eagles have been playing a lot better the past 5 or so minutes, but they've still got a lot of ground to make up. First play after the 2-minute warning, it's broken up. Nearly intercepted again by Shaquem Wilson. He had the interception earlier. 2nd and 10, handoff for Hubbard, and he gets around 3. Wrapped up again by Shaquem Wilson, who has been excellent for the Colts today as Tyler Palumbo is hurt on the play, the starting left tackle. That's not good news for the Eagles, who have lost 4 defensive linemen, and now they have an offensive lineman who is hurt. The swing tackle, Ifonobo Jamboroko, will take over at left tackle until further notice, is on 3rd and 6. Tazewell Hubbard is barely able to get the first down, getting 7. The Eagles are still moving pretty slowly on this drive, but they are moving efficiently. Madison scrambles and is incomplete. It looked like Keon was open, but it was broken up in the secondary. That'll make it a 2nd and 10. Clock sits at 1:19. The Eagles have 2 timeouts. They had to use their first one with the Palumbo injury. Madison under pressure. He goes short for JT DeMarco. Good job by Madison to be patient, wait till somebody was open, don't force a pass downfield. And now it's 3rd and inches, 45 seconds to go. It's Tazewell Hubbard who barely gets the first down, wrapped up by Leonard, and the Eagles call timeout number 2. They're down to 41 seconds here at the 25. Definitely in field goal range, but I think the Eagles want a little bit more than a field goal. 1st and 10. Risky throw. It's caught by Devontae Smith inside the 10. We have a flag, and I think this one's going to be on the defense. Roughing the passer called against Indianapolis, so the Eagles will move half the distance to the goal line. Quiddy Pay is called for the flag, and now the Eagles have it at the 4-yard line. 36 seconds left in the half. The Eagles still have the timeout as Tazewell Hubbard loses 3 on 1st and goal. Big start for the Colts defense. Now it's 2nd and goal. Under 20 to go. Short pass for Hubbard, and he is out of bounds at the 2 with 13 seconds to go. So now it's a 3rd and goal here at the 2-yard line with just 13 seconds left to go in the half. Despite the clock being stopped, the Eagles decided to use their 3rd and final timeout. They really wanted to get this play call right, and the personnel on the field was incorrect. So now the Eagles are out of timeouts. 3rd and goal at the 2-yard line. Just 13 seconds left in the first half. Eagles trail by 10. Madison lines out on the right side. It's a direct snap to Hubbard. Flips it to Keon, who throws it in the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown by Malachi Madison. The Eagles just ran the Philly special. What a way to end the first half. 8 years ago in Super Bowl 52, the Eagles ran the Philly special at the end of the first half against the New England Patriots, captivating the world with that play and helping them win their first Super Bowl championship. And now, 8 years later, they do it again. What a play call by head coach Champ Britton, and the Eagles executed it perfectly. Good job off the direct snap by Tazewell Hubbard to flip it over to Tykeem Keon. Keon never has played quarterback before. It's not like the first Philly special with Trey Burton, who played quarterback in college. Madison runs a perfect route. He sells the Colts defense perfectly and gets the touchdown. I have been waiting since episode 1 to run the Philly special in this series. I wanted to wait for the time to be right, and I think the time was right. 14-17 with just 9 seconds to go in the first half. The Colts are going to get the ball back as it's a handoff for Jonathan Taylor up the middle. He gets 19 yards, and the Colts use a timeout. The Colts were originally just trying to chew the clock there, but with Jonathan Taylor getting a good run, this gives head coach Kellen Moore enough confidence to run a Hail Mary. Xander Vanderwall is not known for his arm strength, but I think he can get it there. Final play of the first half. Vanderwall sends it deep for the end zone. Not a lot of guys back there for either team as it's incomplete. Michael Pittman had it in his hands, but he was unable to come down with it. And that'll wrap up the first half. It's been a tale of 2 quarters. In quarter number 1, the Colts dominated. They led 17-0, but the Eagles have stormed back. They cut the lead to 3, headlined by the Philly special late in the first half. Tykeem Keon and Malachi Madison connecting for another touchdown, but not like any of their other touchdowns throughout the year. With the Eagles starting with the football in the second half, they can continue to change the tides of this game. Philadelphia definitely has the momentum going into halftime, and I think the Philly special definitely gave them that extra boost that they need going into the second half to try to complete the comeback and win this game. We're going to be focused on throwing the ball. We need our quarterback, Malachi Madison, to step up and help us win this game. And then defensively, I think we have a pretty similar idea of what the Colts are going to do. Jonathan Taylor's been good. They've ran the ball a lot, but with this game being close, they're going to need their quarterback, Xander Vanderwall, to step up and make some plays. So I'm really focused on the pass game on both sides of the ball. And if Malachi Madison can outplay Xander Vanderwall, I think we can win this game. The Eagles start with the football here in the third quarter. First play from scrimmage. Madison's pass is caught by Yamaguchi. What a weird play. He was under so much pressure, heaves it up right over 2 defenders, and it's caught by Yamaguchi. The Eagles wanted to go deep on the first play of the second half because they rarely went deep in the first half. That was the original game plan, but Madison was under so much pressure right away, the Colts sent a blitz, so Madison was desperate. He heaves it up, and somehow, some way, Machado Yamaguchi comes down with it. Unlike the first quarter, it feels like everything is going the Eagles' way right now. A big start to the third quarter for Philadelphia. They look to keep it going. Handoff for Hubbard. Doesn't get much, maybe a yard or two. Quickly wrapped up at the 44-yard line by the rookie out of Alabama, Wilton Emerton, a player who we considered drafting this past season. 2nd and 8, Madison looks to throw it, and it's nearly intercepted. Right in the hands of Kenny Moore. He should have caught that. Now a 3rd down and 8 here for the Eagles. Madison looks to throw it, rolls out to the right, hoping somebody gets open, and he misfires for Tykeem Keon, incomplete. That'll bring out the field goal unit, a 61-yard attempt here for Zebediah Phoenix. This would be the longest field goal in Super Bowl history. His kick is up, and he got it. Zebediah Phoenix drains it right down the middle, and this game is tied at 17. The Colts scored the first 17 points, and the Eagles have scored the last 17 points. So Indianapolis has it back, and despite the Eagles continuing to carry over the momentum from the first half, Indy is not trailing. Vanderwall misfires on 1st down, nearly intercepted by Nehemiah Richardson, but he wasn't able to get to the ball quick enough. 2nd and 10, now at the 25. Vanderwall runs a screen for Jonathan Taylor. He is hit hard by Richardson, but not before gaining 9. Now it's a 3rd and 1. If the Eagles defense can get another stop here, that would be pretty big. Vanderwall hands it off for Jonathan Taylor, and he is short. Jabari Achabe and friends bring him down, a 3 and out to open the second half of the Colts offense, and things are continuing to go all Philadelphia's way. The Eagles have scored 17 unanswered points, and now they're looking for the lead. On 1st down, Hubbard demolishes the defender. He doesn't get much, but that was about as sexy of a gain of 0 as you're going to get. 2nd and 10 now at the 27 here for the Eagles. Madison under center. 3 receivers set. Back to Hubbard. He goes up the middle and gets a solid gain of around 4. So that'll make it a 3rd down and 6. The Eagles have scored on 3 straight offensive drives. They really want to keep this mojo going, but they've got to convert here. Madison's going to look to throw it. Backs up in the pocket, hoping somebody can get open, but he's going to run with it instead. A 1st down on the ground by Malachi Madison, who is wrapped up at the 43-yard line by Shaquem Wilson. Good read by Madison. He recognized nobody was open. Rather than forcing the pass, he runs with it. Tazewell Hubbard swerving by defenders. He brings it past midfield to the Indianapolis 45. The Eagles are really focused on running the ball here on this drive, and it's working. 5:23 left to go in the quarter, tied at 17. Madison scrambles to the right side, and he has an open man. It's going to be Tykeem Keon out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Keon continuing his great Super Bowl performance, and the Colts decide to challenge it. In real time, I thought he was clearly in bounds. That's a bad call by the Colts. As we look at the replay, yeah, he definitely got two. I don't know what Indianapolis was thinking. A really bad challenge there by Coach Kellen Moore. The Colts are going to waste a timeout, which is a big deal. If the Eagles are up late and they're chewing clock, the Colts might need that timeout. Or if the Colts are driving down the field late, they may need that. So I think that's going to be a really regretted decision in around 10 minutes' time. Tazewell Hubbard gains around 1. That'll make it a 2nd and 9 here, officially halfway through quarter number 3. Malachi Madison looks to throw it. He rolls out to the left side, and he will launch a dime right on time again. It's Tykeem Keon who brings it to the 4. The Eagles can taste the lead. They're so close to the end zone. Can they get on top here? 1st and goal. Handoff for Tazewell Hubbard. Showboating into the end zone for a touchdown, and the Philadelphia Eagles have taken the lead here in Super Bowl 60 for the first time today with 4:07 left to go in the third. After trailing 17-0 in the first quarter, the Eagles have scored 24 unanswered points and are now on top. So now the Colts have to feel like they have a sense of urgency. I know they're only down by 7, but the past 15 minutes have been an utter disaster for Indianapolis, and they've got to get it together or else they could be in trouble, and that's not a good start. Hannibal Savage with the sack on 1st down for a loss of 7. Hannibal Savage is only a rotational guy, particularly when players are injured, so he's not in the game a lot. But whenever he plays, he always steps up. He always finds a way to impact the game, and he gets a sack here in the Super Bowl. No time at all for Xander Vanderwall to throw. Not really much he could have done there. Savage just blew by the left tackle and the left guard. That'll make it a 2nd and 17 now for the Colts. 5 receivers set. Vanderwall alone in the backfield as he's going to go short. It's caught by Jonnu Smith, who's had a nice day for the Colts. He gets around 15 yards, so that'll make it a 3rd down and 2. I'm sure the Eagles would love to get another defensive stop on this drive. We'll see if they can get it, as it's a read option. Xander Vanderwall is going to keep it, spinning his way for a 1st down. Xander Vanderwall's mobility is underrated, and we saw him run quite a bit last year with the Eagles. He had 9 rushing touchdowns a season ago. 1st and 10, back to Jonathan Taylor. Doesn't get much, wrapped up by Edmund Orient, the 2nd-year safety out of Ole Miss. Just around 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 7, back to Taylor. Gets by Diggins and is wrapped up by Joe Manning at the 45. The Colts are running it efficiently here. We'll see if they do that again on 3rd and 3. No, it's a pass. Vanderwall under pressure, goes short for Pittman, and he got the 1st, and Moore still on his feet. Wrapped up at the 43-yard line for a gain of 12. The Eagles should have gotten him. There were 2 guys in between Pittman and the 1st down marker, and, well, he converted. A big conversion there for the Colts as there's now under a minute to go in the 3rd. Jonathan Taylor gets 4 more, continuing his strong performance. 2nd and 5 now. 10.5 minutes total left to go here in the Super Bowl. Vanderwall is going to hand it off for Taylor, and he is smothered in the backfield by Winston Johnson, one of the many Philadelphia Eagles who had their contracts expired. This could be Winston Johnson's last game as an Eagle, and you can say that about a number of other guys here, including Malachi Madison, Tykeem Keon, C.J. Thomas. All of them are free agents. Final play of the quarter is a gain of 12 for Levante Shelvin. That'll wrap up the 3rd quarter. Another big quarter for the Eagles as they now lead by 7. They are 1 quarter away from winning the Super Bowl, but they can't hit the brakes yet. Indianapolis is far from out of this game. They only trail by 7. They have the ball inside the 30-yard line, and let's see if their offense can get back in rhythm. 1st and 10, handoff for Shelvin on the jet sweep. He gains around 3. Nice play again by Isaiah Simmons, who, if the Eagles win, is really making a case to be Super Bowl MVP. 2nd and 7. Vanderwall looks to throw it up the middle, back to Levante Shelvin for 19. Shelvin started the game off quietly, but he's made a big impact here on this drive, and now the Colts have it on the goal line for an opportunity to tie the game up. Just under 9 minutes to go in the fourth. First and goal. Vanderwall for the end zone. His pass is intercepted. Nehemiah Richardson picks it off in the end zone. And the Eagles force a turnover. The top draft pick in this series, Nehemiah Richardson, with the biggest defensive play in this series, intercepting Xander Vanderwall in the end zone. What a play by Richardson to find the football and come down with the catch. I know C.J. Thomas is the big ball hawk in this secondary. There's a reason why quarterbacks throw his way more. Nehemiah Richardson is shut down, and when you send it his way, he will make you pay. The Eagles offense comes back with a chance to make it a 2-score game and maybe ice it. First and 10, good start to the drive, up the middle for Tykeem Keon. He gets 15 yards. Tykeem Keon is also making a case for Super Bowl MVP, along with Malachi Madison, based on how the rest of his fourth quarter goes. Tazewell Hubbard on first down gets nothing, wrapped up by Coleman Rasmussen, as Delshawn Callaway Riley is hurt on the play. I'm pretty sure every injury today has been for the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, the injury gods will not give them a break. Second and 10, shot for the heavens, incomplete. Madison wanted to go deep for Tykeem Keon, but again, the deep ball has not really been there today for the Eagles, and it's a third and 10. Madison looks to throw it. He's under some pressure, and he connects with the slot receiver, J.T. DeMarco, who gets 16 yards. Good read by Madison to recognize who was going to be open, and DeMarco brings it past the 50. The clock is ticking, 7.5 to go. Madison rolls out, looks for Keon again. Tykeem Keon cannot be stopped as he brings it to the 25-yard line. And now the Eagles are in field goal range, and all they need is a field goal to make it a 2-score game. Tazewell Hubbard on first down gets a few, wrapped up by Tracy Beckham. That'll make it a 2nd and 8, under 7 minutes to play. Malachi Madison looks to throw it, looking for the end zone. It is incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended target. Smith has been pretty quiet here in the second half after a big first half. 3rd and 8, play action fake. Madison rolls out to the right, looking for the end zone. It is caught by Tykeem Keon for the touchdown, and the Eagles lead by 2 scores. That was a ballsy throw by Malachi Madison. The Colts really did a good job of covering Tykeem Keon, but Madison realizes that my best receiver is going to make me a play right here, and that's exactly what Tykeem Keon does. Shaquem Wilson was with him stride for stride, but he flipped his hips and turned his head too late, and the Eagles now lead 31-17, and now this is where we get into desperation mode for the Colts. On first down, Levante Shelvin gets nothing on the play, wrapped up by the Eagle defense. Philadelphia has now scored 31 unanswered points, and the Colts need a miracle if they want to come back. 2nd and 10, under 6 minutes to play. Xander Vanderwall looking to throw it. He goes short for the sidelines. We do have a flag. Maybe that was illegal touching on the receiver. Yeah, he stepped out of bounds before coming back in to catch it. It's on Levante Shelvin, and instead of 3rd and 4, it's 3rd and 10. So it's pretty much an incompletion. Big play here for the Colts. They got to convert here. Vanderwall looks to throw it. He has time. He's patient. Waits for somebody to get open. And that's exactly what happens. A big play for Michael Pittman, who was covered by absolutely nobody. The Eagles taking cover 0 to another level because they literally did not cover him. From the 49, halfway through the fourth quarter, that pass is hauled in. Good coverage by Nehemiah Richardson, but Mike Williams still grabs it for a gain of 7. Mike Williams has done pretty much nothing today. Nehemiah Richardson has been shut down in coverage, and with the interception earlier, he makes a case for Super Bowl MVP. 2nd and 3, another big hit by Isaiah Simmons, forcing a loss of 2 on Jonathan Taylor, and that'll make it a 3rd and 5. Probably the biggest offensive play of the game here for the Colts. They've got to get something going now, or else they have no shot to win. Vanderwall connects again for another conversion. This time it's Shelvin. The Colts have been efficient on this drive, but they've got to really move quick. The time is ticking. 3.5 minutes to go. Vanderwall goes short for Jonnu Smith, who gets a couple. The Colts can't treat this like a normal drive. They don't have time on their side. 2nd and 5, barely over 3 minutes to go now. Vanderwall connects with Levante Shelvin again, quickly wrapped up by C.J. Thomas. That'll go to the 19 as the Colts are back in the red zone. First and 10, handoff for Taylor. Again, why are they running it up the middle? I get Jonathan Taylor's been good today, but find other ways to get the ball in his hands. Stop treating this like a normal drive in the second quarter of a Week 7 game. Second and 6, back to Taylor. He gets the first to the 4, and that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. The Eagles are 2 minutes away from winning the Super Bowl. They lead 31-17. They can taste it. They're right there, but they've just got to lock in for 2 minutes. First and goal from the 4-yard line. First play after the 2-minute warning is a touchdown from Mike Williams, and the Colts are on the board for the first time in nearly half an hour. Indianapolis last scored in the first quarter. Since then, the Eagles scored 31 unanswered, and that 31 unanswered has now finally been answered. So it's 31-24. The Colts are going to have to go for the onside kick here. Keep in mind they only have 2 timeouts, and it is quickly recovered by Dozier Baxby. No drama on that play. I said earlier, the Colts are going to regret their challenge because they may be in a situation where they need to get a stop and they need that timeout. So now the Eagles are going to try to run the ball and finish this one off. On first down, Rosemont St. Clair gets 1 as the Colts call their second timeout. If the Eagles do run the ball all 3 plays, the Colts might have, a minute to go? And plus, the Eagles are in field goal range anyway. First down officially ends it as on 2nd and 9, Hubbard gets 4. So that'll make it a 3rd and 5. The Eagles are 5 yards away from winning the Super Bowl. They are right there. They just cannot choke. Madison looks to throw it. He's going to try to take a shot deep, but he's hit and is incomplete, which stops the clock at 1:43. Big stop by the Colts. It was Coleman Rasmussen with the hit. So now the Eagles are going to bring the field goal unit out. Zebediah Phoenix II has an opportunity to ice the game from 49 yards out. His kick is not even close. It's no good. Zebediah Phoenix missed it. I'm going to say this once and one time only. I did not intentionally miss the field goal. My thumb got a little bit excited to ice the game. And yeah, so now the Colts have it back with 1:40, only down by 7, with good field position. They have a chance to tie it on this drive. We'll see if they can do it. 99 seconds and no timeouts for Xander Vanderwall in the biggest drive of his life. On first down, Vanderwall goes short for Taylor. He gets around 11 for the first down to midfield. The Colts run no huddle. Now 1:17 to go. Vanderwall on first down takes a shot for the end zone, and it is incomplete. One-on-one coverage, and it's Edmund Orient who wins the battle. Pittman, the intended target. 2nd and 10. Now we're down to 1:12 from the 50. Vanderwall again looking to go deep, and it is caught by Williams, but he was out of bounds. Great man-to-man coverage by Nehemiah Richardson, and it's now a 3rd and 10. Still at the 50. Vanderwall looks to go deep for the end zone again, and it is overthrown for Taylor as Hannibal Savage is now hurt. That is another defensive lineman injured for the Eagles. And now it's 4th and 10. Vanderwall's just been chucking shots for the end zone. You got to assume that he's going to do this here again. For the ball game, Vanderwall to the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. Michael Pittman comes down with it, and the Colts are an extra point away from tying the game. Indianapolis was down by 14 points, say, a minute ago. This game was all but over, but Indianapolis pulls off the remarkable comeback to most likely tie the game. On 4th and 10 with no timeouts, Vanderwall chucks up a prayer, and Michael Pittman comes down with it. That wasn't even bad coverage by Thomas. Pittman just positioned himself perfectly. Matthew Wright on the extra point ties it at 31. The Eagles chose not to call a timeout and ice the kicker because they know they may need all 3 timeouts on this drive to win the game. Here we go. Can Philadelphia clutch it out with 53 seconds left in the 4th? Touchdown wins, field goal wins, although I don't know how much you trust Zebediah Phoenix after that last kick. First play of the drive. Madison scrambling to his right and connects with Tykeem Keon for 10. He is out of bounds just shy of the first down marker as Zebediah Phoenix warms up on the sidelines. Hopefully the pressure does not get to him if he's in another situation to kick a game winner. 2nd and inches. They run it with Hubbard and he stopped. The Eagles just wanted to ensure they would get the first down, but they don't, and they have to use a timeout. Now it's 3rd and 1 with 44 seconds to go. Madison looks to throw it, and he is incomplete! The Colts get the stop, and now with an opportunity to win the game in regulation. They were down by 14 points not even a minute and a half ago, and they can now win the game. The Eagles had one of the most historic comebacks in Super Bowl history, and now they might have one of the most historic chokes. 30 seconds to go. Dump off for Taylor. He gets a solid first down, but that's not a bad play for the Eagles. You know why? The Colts lose a lot of time. Vanderwall up the middle for Levante Shelvin. He gets 5. I don't think they're going to have enough time to run another play. They will not. So we are through 4 quarters and do not have a winner in what has been one of the most chaotic Super Bowls in NFL history. We are going to overtime for just the second time in the history of the Super Bowl. The Eagles, being the road team, get to choose the coin toss. Tails never fail, landing on heads. Oh my God, the Colts are going to start with the ball and have an opportunity to win the game. The Eagles will be a meme forever if they choke this. If Xander Vanderwall can lead the Colts down the field for a touchdown and win this game, this will forever go down as the biggest choke job in Super Bowl history. I think blowing a 31-17 lead with 2 minutes to go is way worse than the Patriots coming back 28-3. So now the Colts can look to finish it off. First play of the overtime period, Vanderwall goes deep. It's intercepted, but out of bounds. Mekhi Diggins caught it, but he couldn't keep the feet in. Very close call there. 2nd and 10 now for the Colts. It's a handoff for Jonathan Taylor. Breaks the tackle, gets around 5. A huge play right here. It is 3rd and 5 for the Colts. If the Eagles can get a stop, that'd be gigantic. Vanderwall looks to throw, and he goes up the middle for a wide open man. It's Jonnu Smith who gets 13. Big conversion there for the Colts. That'll move the chains for a first down. A field goal on this drive would be nice for Indianapolis, but a field goal does not win them the game. First down, broken up. Nearly intercepted by Hannibal Savage. He could have been the hero had he been able to hold on to that one. 2nd and 10 from the 43. Here's Vanderwall, looks to throw it, and it is caught for a short gain of around 6 by, again, Levante Shelvin, who has been very, very impressive here in the back half of this game for the Colts. 3rd and 4. Big play here for the defense. They send a blitz, and it works! Winston Johnson and Isaiah Simmons were sent on linebacker blitzes. A gutsy defensive call, and it pays off. The goal on that play was to pressure Xander Vanderwall so he would just panic. Xander Vanderwall really struggles under pressure, and that showed on that play. The Eagles are going to get the ball back with an opportunity to win the game in overtime. They came back in the first half, they blew it in the 4th quarter, and now they can come back here once and for all to win the game in overtime as Hubbard gets 11 to the 27-yard line. A field goal wins the game here, keep in mind. Hopefully Zebediah Phoenix is ready for this moment. Nice throw up the middle for Tykeem Keon. He brings it to the 41-yard line. The Eagles' offense looks calm and poised. Right now, those are the 2 big keys. Do not panic. Stay calm. Tazewell Hubbard gets around 3. Now it is a 2nd and 7. Madison backs up in the pocket, goes short for Keon, who does a great job of breaking tackles past midfield. I think the Eagles are in field goal range now, but obviously they want to get closer. 1st and 10. Madison on the run. Connects with Tykeem Keon. That was a risky throw, but Keon holds on to it for another reception. He has been an absolute beast today. 1st and 10. Madison under pressure, trying to avoid the sack, looking to end it all. Incomplete. Malachi Madison wanted to finish the game there with Tykeem Keon, but the Colts quadruple teamed him, which honestly, I don't blame them. 2nd and 10 now at the 30. 5.5 minutes to go in the first overtime period. Madison under pressure, throws it away. That was the right decision. He was under a ton of pressure. Cannot risk the sack and going out of field goal range. Now it's a 3rd and 10 from the 30. Madison goes short for Keon, who gets around 5. The Colts defense gets the stop, and now the field goal unit's going to come on the field for an opportunity to win the game. Zebediah Phoenix missed a huge kick earlier in the 4th quarter, but he lives for these moments. He made the game-winning field goal 4 seasons ago in the national championship at Westlake. Zebediah Phoenix, the 2nd, can win the game right here. For a chance at history, can Westlake tack on 3? Zebediah Phoenix, never a doubt! Westlake has completed history! Zebediah Phoenix sinks that one right down the middle. Zebediah Phoenix, the 2nd, can win the game right here. For a chance at history, can the Eagles tack on 3? Zebediah Phoenix's kick is up. It is good! Zebediah Phoenix barely gets that field goal to go in, and the Philadelphia Eagles have won Super Bowl 60 over the Indianapolis Colts in dramatic fashion, 34-31 in overtime. This was one of the most wild games I've ever seen. The Colts were up 17-0 in the first quarter. The Eagles scored 31 unanswered. They had the game won until they didn't. The Colts with a miraculous comeback down the stretch, led by Xander Vanderwall as he embraces Malachi Madison. A lot of sportsmanship. Two very high-class players leading these two franchises, but it's the Eagles who end up winning the game. The most wild Super Bowl that I think I've ever seen. And this game feels like a culmination of everything coming into one. The quarterback carousel with Xander Vanderwall and Malachi Madison, who holds up the Lombardi Trophy right here. All of the games that we've come back from in this series, all of the games that we've choked in this series, all of the wacky endings, and everything in between. This game just felt like a culmination of everything to lead us to the Super Bowl. I do not believe it. This has to be the craziest NFL game, dare I say, ever? Certainly considering the circumstances, but we've done it. We've won the Super Bowl. It took us 5 seasons in this series to do so, and it was not pretty, as seen today, but we pulled it off. When we needed to make plays, we made plays, and the Philadelphia Eagles, for the second time in franchise history, are Super Bowl champions. Wow, what a game, what a team, what a ride. Shout out to the Colts. They gave us everything they could bargain for. The big storyline going into today was Malachi Madison and Xander Vanderwall facing off against each other after the trade, and both quarterbacks played quite well. They had nearly identical numbers for what it's worth. The highest passer rating of the day, however, went to Tykeem Keon, who threw the touchdown late in the first half with the Philly special, a play that will always go down in channel history as one of the best. Who should be Super Bowl MVP? Let me know down below in the comments and the chat. We will find out the Super Bowl MVP momentarily. Both teams ran the ball well. Hubbard and Taylor, again, nearly identical stats. Tykeem Keon, 14 catches, 198 yards, receiving touchdown, and a passing touchdown. If it's up to me, Tykeem Keon's 100% the MVP of this game. Malachi Madison was very good. Isaiah Simmons, Nehemiah Richardson, they make a case for it. But Tykeem Keon was the man. He was the best player on the field today. And I think Tykeem Keon's season as a whole is going to go down as one of the best individual seasons in channel history. I mean, the guy broke the record for the most receptions, yards, and touchdowns in a single season, dominates in the playoffs, and balls out in the Super Bowl. Other notable performers in the past game include Levante Shelvin and Jonnu Smith for the Colts. Devontae Smith had a really strong first half for us. He had a big touchdown. And, of course, Malachi Madison with the receiving touchdown late in the first half to help us really gain some momentum. Both defenses were a little bit up and down. Our defense had some good moments. They had some bad moments. But when they needed to make a play, they did. Isaiah Simmons, unbelievable. 16 tackles, 3 for a loss and a sack. Nehemiah Richardson, lockdown coverage, a huge interception. And, of course, Zebediah Phoenix, who missed a kick in the fourth quarter. But the one that mattered, the game winner, he barely split the uprights. When he first attempted that game winner, I thought it was going to go in. But it did. There's another look at that play once again. Man, oh man. So now we can say that we've done it. We are the Super Bowl champions. And by the way, we are the first team since the 1972 Dolphins to go undefeated. I didn't even really mention that throughout the game because that kind of felt insignificant with this team. That's a fun milestone, but the thing I care about is that we won the game. We won the Super Bowl, and head coach Champ Britton deservedly has been extended. Let's simulate the week here as we get one more look at the playoff bracket, an unbelievable playoff run. Let's see who won Super Bowl MVP. Was it Madison? Was it Keon? Was it Simmons? Was it Richardson? Hell, was it Zebediah Phoenix II? That would be quite the plot twist. And as you can see here, they have decided to give it to quarterback Malachi Madison. I thought Madison played really well against his old team, keep in mind. I also think Tykeem Keon got absolutely snubbed. I mean, that's just ridiculous. 14 catches, 198 yards, a passing touchdown, a receiving touchdown. Keon did win Offensive Player of the Week over Malachi Madison. Isaiah Simmons won Defensive Player of the Week, and then in the AFC, it was Xander Vanderwall and Shaquem Wilson. So we've done it. The goal of this franchise has been to win a Super Bowl with this team, and we've done it. This has been undoubtedly one of the most fun Madden series I've ever had on this channel. So many fun players on this roster who we've been able to build around and develop, and so many channel legends who will forever go down in history as some of the all-time octagonal gaming greats. This series, however, is not exactly over quite yet. We will be doing a long-term sim. I do think that we need to figure out what happens in all of these guys' careers, and not just the players on our team, but other drafted players throughout the league, other former Westlake Hornets, other custom-made players. So the next 2 to 3 episodes will be dedicated to the long-term sim. Then we're going to wrap things up and get ready for Madden 23, which comes out in around 2 weeks. I hope everybody enjoyed the episode. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Peace out. Go Birds.